Hello everybody, Candy Cane Cooper, International Animal Communicator here. Can't get my words out right today. Welcome to my live Facebook video blog number 13. Yes, we're going strong. So I want to say thank you to everyone that sent in your questions. You sent me so many good questions today. I picked a couple really terrific ones. But please feel free to chime in with your questions during the live blog, all right? So we're going to start today. Hi, Nevi. We're going to start today with last time, well, we discussed about feathers. And I just had a session this morning where my client was talking about that. Hi, Bon Bon. That she was finding feathers in her horse's stall after he had passed on. So continuing with that theme, I thought we got a great question today from Percy in Chicago about dreams. But I also want to let everybody know that we will be having our Zoom book club soon. I promise, it really is coming, okay? So, starting off with Percy's question, she says, I have all these crazy dreams since my beautiful companion died. After 17 years, I'm heartbroken. Is he trying to send me messages? I keep seeing him playing in the water. He struggled so much before he left. I hope he's happy now. Well, this is very common. I get asked all the time, what do these particular situations mean? I'm dreaming about this, I'm dreaming about that. Hi, Mario. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. So what I'm going to do is, in my book, I've got the 10 most common reoccurring dreams and what they mean. So I'm going to read them to you and see what you think. Go ahead and chime in. And if you have any questions about anything, just let me know. And then after that, I'm going to share with you my #1 behavioral training tool. Yes, my secrets. All right. So let's start with the dream sequence here. Let's see. I'm not very organized today, I guess. Sorry, I've been up working since 4 a.m. and looks like I lost my page. Here we go. Promise I'll get it together. All right, dreams. Dreaming about your animal is their way of reaching out to you. You may feel as though they're right there with you, sharing your precious moments together again, and wake up with a sense of fulfillment and love. This is the most common type of dream experience. Quite often I'm asked if a client's animal has a message for them. Of course they do. The animals want to stay close and in touch with us as much as we want to stay close and in touch with them. Besides just seeing your animal, you may feel them, smell them, hear them. And here are some of examples. These are my most 10 common signs that I keep seeing over and over again in my clients' everyday life. What you should specifically look for in your dreams, here are the most common visions and their meanings. #1 is reoccurring numbers. Hi, PB. Glad to have you with us today. You may see numbers such as 22 or 11, and they're also known as the angel numbers. And then I refer to them further on in my book. I go into detail. If you want, I can do that later or do that now. And this is your pet's way of telling you that they are here to protect and guide you. These are the 2 most powerful numbers, 11 and 22. And again, people often in the paranormal world refer to them as your angel numbers. If you're lucky enough to be born on those dates, then you are also a very special person. Just thought I'd throw that in. Animal totems. Look carefully, because your personal animal totem that is someone that your pet has sent just for you. So again, if you keep seeing a particular animal over and over again in your dreams, that has a special message for you. And again, I go into detail in my book about each. I think I do about 20 different animals. So it's pretty inclusive and very interesting. I had a lot of fun writing it. Next is white feathers, which we always talk about. Your pet has gone through a positive transition and they are physically and emotionally healed now. So that's very special. Number 5, your passed on animal's image. You and your animal continue to be spiritually connected, which you can't really ask for more than that. That's what we all want. We all want to stay connected. Hi, Molly. Thanks for joining us today. Next, we have water. Oh, and this is what Justine was saying about. Okay, let's see. Your passed on departed soul, your animal has been cleansed, released of all negativity that once, why did I put that type so small in my book, that they once had in their life. Yes, and she was saying that he had a lot of suffering before he crossed over. So the reason that you're probably seeing this animal in water is to let you know that he is cleansed and purified and is not suffering anymore. Hi, Victor. Thanks for joining us. Next is cutting your hair. I don't know, some people dream about that. Your pet now feels unrestricted and that they fit in easily and they are comfortable with their surroundings. And you know, the animals are no different than us. Sometimes they just can't get into it when they're here, and a lot of times they feel more comfortable on the other side. Did we get paused? I think we got paused. Let's see, we'll just keep on going. Sometimes our internet fades in and out, and I'm sorry about that, but we're back now. I hope we're back now. I'll keep on going. Shopping. If you see yourself shopping all the time in your dreams, your pet is centered, making new friends and trying out new things. All right. Yes, we're back again. Okay, thanks, Bonnie. Yeah, the internet's been a little difficult the last few times I've been on. And I don't know, I have the highest speed possible, so what can I say? Free falling. I know we've experienced this. I have many, many times in my dreams. And this means that all confusion has left your pet and your pet is lucid. For example, if they've had dementia before, they are now relieved of this burden, which is great. Dancing. This is your pet's expression of joyful existence, sharing their love and passing it forward. I love that one. Eating. Do any of you feel like you're eating in your dreams, or you see your animal eating in your dreams? Your pet now has an abundance of happiness. Their time in the afterlife is now their personal feast to enjoy. So those are just 10 of the most common signs that you might have in your dreams. But of course, there are much more to choose from and delve into. So again, if you've had any other experiences you want to share, just chime in and I'll be glad to answer them for you. So continuing on with my next question, Lorraine asks, what are some of your best training tips that I can share with you? All right, so let me start by sharing this. Animals have a tremendous amount of comprehension, way beyond our expectations. They can reason and they can come to their own conclusions on just about anything that we share with them. And this is the key. This is what I use. I don't use any clickers, treats, collars, crazy training leashes, herbal potions, and I don't use any, for all my horseman friends, any of those crazy orange sticks or, well, you know what I mean. Any type of those outside physical equipment for training. My number one training tool is logic and reason. Yes, I know you heard that right. Logic and reason with the animals. And now I'm going to give you a couple of examples from my current sessions and how I help their animals just through logic and reason. Hi, Andy. Thanks for joining us today. Number one, let me start with my client's cat, and actually she's on right now so she can chime in, who is waking her up at 4 a.m. every morning. And the reason he was doing this was because he just simply wanted her to get out of bed and turn on the sink so he could have some faucet water. He loves faucet water. The problem is she was exhausted every day from waking up at 4 a.m. and not being able to go back to sleep. Well, her cat didn't understand this because he didn't know the consequences of what he was doing. So I simply explained to him how tiring it was for his human, that she was exhausted every day. She had this feeling of complete exhaustion. And I transferred that over to him. And once he felt that, he felt so bad, and I'm going to say a little guilty, but completely sorry for the trouble he'd been putting his human through just to get some sink water. So this was easily corrected. He snapped right back within 48 hours, and he had no idea that this chain reaction that he was causing for his human was so devastating to her every day. So I said, let's put him on a new plan. Hey, Charles, nice to see you. How you doing, Charles? So I reasoned with him, Reginald, hi, honey, and we decided that he would sit outside her door and wait till she woke up. But I also explained to him, and I know he really did listen. There's Bonnie, she's the owner. And I showed him, I called it 2 clicks, which is like a sundial, 2 clicks after sunrise to wait for her to wake up. And then she would go ahead and turn on the sink water for him. Well, he's been amazing. He behaved. He hasn't woken her up since. But I think Bonnie said he gets up at 6 a.m. now instead of 4. He waits by the door, no more scratching. So it was easily corrected. And he feels good about it because it was his decision to let her sleep in and have a happy day now without waking up at the crack of dawn every day and being exhausted. Another example I have here is from one of my other clients. She says her cat loves to play, and she also loves to play with him. But the problem is he gets crazy. He gets so amped up. His claws come out and he starts biting and scratching up her arms, drawing blood. And she says she's so embarrassed. She looks like she collided with a meat grinder, and she's always wearing long sleeves. Hey, Nora, nice to see you, honey. Welcome back. Give my love to your beautiful horse for me. So, long story short, how do we deal with this problem? I'm sure this is very common with a lot of you cat owners. Well, what I did was, first I went inside and I felt him. And it isn't aggressiveness, there's no anger. He's, again, just very amped up and wanting to play. So, you know, he puts it all in, teeth and claws and the whole bit. So I showed him. I said, look at your human skin. Just take a look at it. It's so thin. I mean, and now look at your leg and all your fur. How beautiful and thick that is. You have all this protection, while your human has absolutely nothing. Humans are gypped in that area. I had one wish. I wish that I would have much thicker skin and tougher skin. And I explained that to him, and I said, look at all the marks. Look at all the blood that you've drawn. Do you think that feels good on your mommy? And he thought about it, and he said no. He had no idea that he was doing this to her and that it was hurting her. Hi, Sharon, welcome. So, you know, all I had to do is explain to him the effect that this was having and the pain it was causing his mom. And if he could please just play, but keep the claws for the trees, and when he was outside dealing with other objects, non-living objects, or possibly another cat that could defend themselves in play mode. And good news to report, I've worked with him before. Actually, he was a runaway, and I found him that night, so we have a very, very close connection, this cat and I. And he just stepped right up, just like little Norman did, with letting mom sleep in. And the next day they had a full-on play session. And thanks, Bon, magic, I love that. I'll take the compliment. Full-on play session, and no claws and no teeth. So I'm very proud of him. And if you're listening, little man, sending you lots of love today, because his mom is very happy and she looks forward to her arms healing up and being able to wear her short sleeves before summer is over. Another example I have in this area, this is a little bit different that I want to share with you, and it's about one of my equine clients. I got this call late last night, and I was working late and early this morning. Again, excuse my mumbling at the beginning of this video. I'm a little tired today. I got a call late last night from a client whose horse, he had a cut around the coronet band, and where the coronet band is, it's right above the horse. It would be like our ankle, so it was like all the way around. Hi Marla, thanks for joining us. And he also had a scrape. It looked like someone took a potato peeler and scraped it down the front of his hoof. Okay, so this is on the same back, this is back left leg. And she could not figure out where or what had happened. So I asked him, and again, another longtime client of mine, I have a great relationship with this horse, and he says, I just don't know how I got it. I was out in pasture, and I felt like someone just pulled my back leg out from under me. I was trapped, and I did everything I could to get free. And honestly, he was very lucky because all of you equestrians know he could have easily cut his hoof and separated it right from his leg. So it's a very dangerous situation he was in. Well, when I talked to him a little bit more, I said, can you look around? Okay, so we know what happened in the pasture. Can you look around? Can you tell me what you saw out there? Hi, Kristen. And it was one of those big giant hay bales, you know, that they put out in pasture. But the downside is they wrap them in this plastic, not unlike what they use the six packs for the soda cans. So once you get in, it's like one of those Chinese finger puzzles. You can't get out. It's extremely dangerous. I have no idea or clue why they wrap it in that. So dangerous. And when we told him what had happened, he realized that his face was down, he was grazing, and then he backed up into the plastic and got his foot caught in it. Thank goodness he was able to, he's a very strong horse. Thank goodness, yeah, poor baby. Thank goodness he was able to free himself without, of course, cutting himself more seriously. Like I said, he could have ripped his whole hoof off to escape. So getting back to the point of this story is about how you treat these behavioral issues. His human suggested to me that why doesn't she hobble him? Yeah, hobble him to train him so if he gets stuck, he will stand still. Well, for those of you that don't know what that is, all I can say is, what the fork? Heck no. Hobbling to me is a form of restraint of torture. It's where they band the horse's ankles together and they can't move. They use it for breeding, all kinds of disciplines for training. Again, that is on my not ever use list. And I was kind of surprised she said that to me. And I'm like, what? You torture him and train him to stand still for something that obviously we can explain it to him that may never happen once he knows what the issue is. And again, so we talked about it. He understood now to stay away from those large bales of hay out there. He doesn't even eat it anyway. He gets very good hay in his stall, #1 best food when he goes back in the morning and the night. So when he's out there, he just has to be aware of where those large hay bales are and to stay away because the plastic is danger. Will Robinson, danger. So it had a very happy ending. He's going to be all right. But again, this is just reasoning with him and explaining to him the consequences of what their behavior can be. And this also works in so many, I mean, this is my secret. I use this in all my training when I'm working with the animals. You know, I just want to say, you know, you can use those fear-based training rituals for your animal with the threat of physical violence. And you can pretend that they want you to be their pack leader, which they don't, which I always like to say. You can use the latest gadget that's out on the market to keep your animal in check, or you can just use logic and simply explain to them the consequences, the pros and the cons of what is happening. Let them assess the situation and make the proper decision for themselves. And this way, when a particular situation comes up again, they will be in control and they know that they are making the right decision based on their own thoughts, right? What is better than an animal with a good mind that can reason? There is nothing better. What are you asking, Bunny? How smart? Never knew. Yes, exactly. That's how it works. It's through reasoning. It's not that magical, but I have a little bit more in because I can hear them. So that's my secret training technique, and this will stay with an animal their whole lifetime once they're allowed to reason. I mean, think about this if you apply it to your children, right? You punish them, they do something bad. Do you want them to just be afraid of the punishment? Or do you want them to reason through it? And this gives them better skills for the future as adults. Same with your animals. Another situation comes up and they can reason through it and decide for themselves to make the right choice. Now, if you're not able to have a session with me to assist you in hearing your animal, it's not a problem, okay? They're always listening to us, always. So you can be the teacher and discuss the pros and the cons of these behavioral issues. Again, you may not be able to hear them like me, but they will certainly be hearing you. And all you have to do is give it a try. And if you don't get the positive results right away in the first time you talk with them, keep it up. I like to say about a week. Although I have to say I usually get results within 24, 48 hours, which is really cool. But I'm just like the extra booster to the situation because I'm talking with them telepathically in a very strong and connected way. But that's not to say that they're not hearing you on that same level just because you cannot hear their response, right? Okay. Hi, Anna Lou. Thanks for coming and joining us today. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. That is my big secret on hearing the animals and working with them and reasoning. Again, throw away all those gadgets, all those fancy collars, training equipment, all these special natural horsemanship things you can buy for your equines. None of that means anything. And I know any of you trainers out there, professional trainers that work from the heart, know this to be the truth. That is for sure. So does anyone have any other questions today before we finish? Hi, Rob. Nice to have you with us today. Hope you're doing well. We're good? No more questions today or any other comments on the dream sequence or anything like that? All right. Well, again, I just want to thank everyone from my heart for everybody that purchased my new book. I mean, it's just really been selling unbelievable. I can't believe all the beautiful emails I'm getting and messages about how it's helping everyone. And I'm probably going to start working on my next one after summer, sharing stories just like this. More behavioral issues and everyday stories, not dealing with the afterlife, but dealing with the presence. Yes, Bonnie, my logic works for all animals across the board. You love my book. Thank you, Nevi. I'm glad you love it. I just can't tell you how much joy I get from reading everyone's messages. And please feel free to leave a review on Amazon for me. It's very important because that's what makes this social world spin right now. Oh, you're welcome. Hey, Anna Lou. Oh, you missed. It's okay, Anna Lou. This is going to be posted as soon as I finish on my Facebook page, and also it will be on my YouTube channel. And for those of you who have just met me, I have all kinds of videos on my YouTube channel. This is a whole series that I do every other Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Okay, so don't worry if you missed any of it. It'll be posted in just a few minutes. So with that being said, thank you all for joining me again today. It was such a pleasure. And always remember to talk with your animals, speak from your mind and not from your mouth. Peace and love. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.